Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jake Kurt. I am from BLXCK INK and today I am joining Alex Gibson of Jibba's Hot Sauce.
Hey mate.
Pleasure to actually meet you.
Yeah.
I've been fucking with you online for a hot minute now, and we kind of touched base like maybe 3-4 months ago.
Yeah, I reckon.
Sent you
winter.
Yeah, I sent you a hoodie, you sent me like a hot sauce pack with heaps of goodies in it, and from there it's just kind of been like a bit of backwards and forwards. It made this idea of like, let's meet up face to face. I wanted to see this process and see what it's all about, and learn a bit about your business, which is what we've been doing all morning.
Yep.
It's kind of awesome. And now we're going to...
Just going to bottle up some truffle hot sauce, wax some stickers on them, shrink wrap them, ready to sell.
This is the fun part of the process, eh?
Yeah, it's the easy part, I won't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's pretty satisfying. You'll see once we start doing the shrink wraps.
Yeah, bloody oath. Rightio, well, let's get started.
Sick.
So Jibba's Hot Sauce has been an operation that's been running for about 18 months, that's correct?
A bit longer, but I'd say legitimately 18 months. It's about 18 months since I've had the website.
Right.
So more like 2.5 years, but the first year was just me slinging them on my personal Facebook and Instagram and stuff, but going hard properly for 1.5 years, definitely.
Right. So one thing I kind of was surprised to learn is that this isn't your main gig. From obviously what I'm seeing on Instagram, I assume that with the amount that you're putting out, with the quality of like, not just the product, but the quality of like the presentation and how the whole system works, I thought this is like definitely a 7-day-a-week job, but that's not the case.
No, it's not the case. I definitely put in the hours, but no, I'm a chef in town, so I do that for 45 hours a week.
Right.
Roughly, and then sort of designate one day off to cook, maybe one afternoon off to cook, and squeeze in the deliveries after work. And yeah, I don't know, I just make it work, I guess.
Yeah. I love the fact that you I do this with my business as well. I love the fact that you're doing local deliveries. I think that's such a key thing that if you have the time to do, it's such a fun part of the job because you really get that engagement with the customer.
They're getting a bit hot, so see, if it's too hot for your hands, let me know.
Rightio.
But,
and by the way, are you going for like a certain amount of tightness, or is it just
just give it a good squeeze. Yeah. If you go too hard, it'll crack the lid.
Rightio. You're going too hard if that happens.
Yeah. Yeah, local delivery is the way to go for sure. It's, I don't know, you save... I do it for free at the moment.
Yep.
It just saves them $10. It's $10 more they can spend on the website, I guess, and it's just a good service, really. I thought about getting rid of it when I got the website up and running, but I think I'd lose a bit of business because it's a pretty good service. Order your sauce. I'd normally, unless something comes up, I'm delivering within 2-3 days of the purchase, and yeah, the quicker I get it to them, the quicker that they can reorder, I guess.
Well, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's not really something that's a normal thing that happens, is getting your hot sauce delivered by the guy who makes it. Yeah,
you're probably right. Most people buy their just off the shelf at the supermarket, which I'm not really at that point yet. I mean, quite a few retailers now, but yeah, that's how it all started. So I guess got to keep that rolling.
I think, well, as I said before, like why you've got the time to do it, it's like obviously like, yeah, I mean, that's my attitude towards it. I have the time right now to see customers individually and hand deliver stuff and have those conversations with them. I think obviously there is going to be a point where you go like, okay, I'm doing thousands of bottles a week or whatever it might be, and it's just not an option anymore. But while it's available, I mean,
yeah, definitely
have fun with it, you know.
I definitely struggling for time a little bit recently because we've had a baby, but the missus is on maternity leave, so she's been doing probably every second lot of deliveries. I'll just give her the little list and pack all the orders, and she can just go for a little drive around town and do them all for me.
Little courier service.
Yeah, pretty much an unpaid courier service.
Yeah.
She gets paid in hot sauce and merch, but that's about it for now.
Bloody-o. I think my partner's getting a bit sick of getting BLXCK INK merch as payment for everything. But
yeah.
It's part of the deal, isn't it?
Yeah. It's a grind. Can't just be taking out 2 wages to start off with, otherwise the business isn't going to go anywhere.
Ideally, is the goal in the future to incorporate her more and more into the Jibba hot sauce side of things?
I'd say probably not, to be honest. She's got a pretty good gig herself. She's just a hairdresser in town, but
yep.
She's managing the salon, and I don't know. don't really want to mix business with pleasure. I can be a bit of a prick sometimes. So
Yeah, it's definitely, it either really does work or it really doesn't work, eh?
Yeah, definitely. Especially like, I don't know, definitely a bit of a grumpy chef at sometimes. So I don't like, even when I'm doing this thing right now, if she's coming in and trying to put something in the bin while I'm standing here, it pisses me off.
Yeah, I do, dude.
I don't know.
I know that vibe.
Yeah, if she can do the deliveries, that's fine. That's about as far as we'll go, I reckon.
Right. So with your, obviously being a chef, you were speaking a little bit before, you said you or especially in the early days, you're quite, I think you said you're a bit of a cowboy when it comes to it. You just throw stuff in what feels right and taste as you go and figure it out. But now you're a bit more locked into a formula, would you say, with these?
I am definitely still a cowboy, but just not with the hot sauce side of things.
Yep.
When I'm at work, it's chuck it all in, adjust, add things, take things out as I go. But
yep.
the hot sauce side of things, yeah, it's all formulated now, I guess you could say. I've got to maintain the quality and consistency, otherwise there's not much of a product there.
Well, as a non like heat-seeking person, I guess you could say, like I'm not someone who like goes for the hot thing on the menu every time.
Yep.
When I eventually, like, I wasn't hanging out to try your stuff because it scares me a bit. It intimidates me having my fucking both ends of my body blown out in 12 hours.
Yep.
But when I got into it, it's like my first thought was like, this is so much more flavorful than it is like burning the shit out of me.
Yeah, definitely. That's it's a nice compliment, thank you.
Hell yeah.
But that was the whole plan to begin with, was just flavour first, hot sauce, and I didn't want to do anything hot. Well, hot. I just wanted to stick to like the medium style sauces that you can just add on to your dinner or whatever you're doing without blowing heads off. But as I've sort of progressed, there's definitely a market for the hot stuff as well.
Yep.
But I'm not just bottling chilies to blow people's heads off. Even my hottest sauce, the Reaper pineapple, flavor's banging. If you can handle the heat, the flavour it's fucking red hot. And yeah, won an award for that recently as well. So obviously it's not just heat in a bottle. There's something going for it, which is good.
Yep. And you did you win a couple of awards just recently, or was it just the one?
Nah, I got 4 in the end.
Wow.
Entered my first chili competition around June. It was a pretty big process. You sort of, I'm not really sure how it all works, but basically Mr. Chili gets a panel of judges all across Australia. So you send certain sauces to certain categories all over Australia, and then, for example, you could be the habanero dude, so all you're trying is the habanero category.
Oh, okay.
And you and all your mates get around and blind taste and go from there. So I ended up with 4 trophies. I got 1 first place in the habanero, and then I got 2nd place in chipotle, 2nd place in medium hot barbecue, and then I got 3rd place for the Carolina Reaper and pineapple in the 10 plus heat category.
How many categories are there?
Oh fuck, there's so many, eh?
A bunch.
There is a bunch, but I don't want to say it's still not a good effort to get the trophies, but there is a lot of categories because it's a chili award, it's not a hot sauce award. So they literally have chili, anything with chili, there's a category. So there's a candy category, there's a honey,
Oh, okay.
there's a fudge, there's like salts, rubs, jerky, like it's literally anything with chili, they sort of had a category for. But the hot sauce ones, I don't know, there's probably, at a guess, say like 20 categories, but I really don't know.
Right. But it sounds like if you're specialising in any of these one things, like, I don't know, having so many categories, and obviously I'm not sure how big the chili industry is, it's probably a lot bigger than what I can imagine, but if you really specialise in something, it's probably reasonable to say you can take out a win, you know?
Yeah, well, they did a top 5 this year, and I'm not gonna lie, I sent off all 8 sauces to their categories.
Yeah.
And I sent off my jams, which I'm not really doing anymore. And I wanted to get 1 place. There was 225 companies that entered across all the categories.
Yeah.
And that's Australia and New Zealand. So I wanted to get 1 place, But the first category that I was in that was announced was habanero, and I won that. So after that, I was like, okay,
Yeah, dude.
that's
what
not
you
even
came
my
for.
best sauce.
Yeah.
So I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. But honestly, my favourite sauce didn't even poll.
Interesting.
But that's fine. It is what it is. Maybe next year.
What do you think your best sauce in the range is?
My favourite is the smoked jalapeno and black garlic
Right.
by a mile.
Yeah.
I did that one in April for the first time, and since April I've sold maybe 1,000 of just that one.
Wow.
And I reckon I sell 3 of those to 1 of any other sauce.
Okay.
Pretty much. It flies, so it's not just me that loves it.
It's crazy to hear the numbers that you're doing in sauce, and the fact that it's a side hustle.
Yeah, I'm pretty stupid.
It's and I love the fact that like even though you have such success with it so far, you're not really seeing it as this opportunity to make millions of dollars. You're seeing it as this opportunity to keep making good products, which I think needs to be the essence of any good business.
Yeah, man, it's still. I mean, it is definitely a business now, but I still treat it as a hobby, if you know what I mean. Like,
Having fun.
you're in my kitchen right now, and we're just talking a bit of shit and bottling hot sauce. Like, it's work, but it's not really work. Being able to do it from home, it's mellow.
Yeah.
I'm not in it to make millions, and I think that's why I'm where I am now, really, because from the beginning I put zero pressure on the business. It's just if I have a quiet week, there's no stress on it.
Yeah, it's all good.
But then the next week, I might do a stupid amount, but it's there's no pressure on it. I don't need it to be hitting certain targets, even though it's hitting my goals, definitely. If it doesn't,
it's not a heartbreak.
it's fine.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't sell, it's in a bottle. Like, it's not going to go off.
Yeah, it's fine.
I can sell it. If it takes me 6 months to sell it, not 1 month, then it really doesn't matter.
You get really interesting colours out of hot sauce, hey? That's probably the first thing that struck me when I got the range that I got from you out of the box. I'm like, oh, I mean, they look as dangerous as they are like enticing, I think.
Yeah.
Like even this with the flecks. So these black flecks that I see in here, that's all truffle, right?
Yeah, that's mangy truffles. Yeah.
It looks so just like, I don't know. It's going to make your eyes water, but then it's intriguing at the same time.
Yeah. This one's definitely one of the least hot, I would say. But no, I mean, there's so many different types of chilies, man. People crossbreeding all the time and making these weird, super hot, super funky looking chilies. But I just stick to the run-of-the-mill stuff, really. Just your standard long red chilies that you see at the supermarket. That's all that's in these right now.
Yep.
But
And you were saying you get all of your chilies out of Carnarvon.
Yep.
Right. So what's the go with the change? Like obviously it's super hot in Carnarvon. I'm guessing it's a bit more humid than here as well. Is that kind of optimal chili growing conditions, is it?
Yeah, I think you just need the sun to grow chilies, really. So they have off-season, which is wet season.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong here. I don't know heaps about it, to be honest. But, the hot climate and obviously the land up there as well, there's so much room to grow. But they grow shitloads, to be honest. That's where all your chilies that you see at the supermarket probably coming from is Carnarvon, in WA anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. That's just where they grow, and I'm lucky I came in contact with a guy, Vince, whose family has a chili farm up there.
Yep.
So now I don't have to muck around dealing through a third party. I just message Vince.
Yeah.
He gets them delivered to his house in Perth, and I just shoot up and grab.
And you're getting all your different species of types of chili from the one spot as well, which I imagine
exactly. Yeah.
save having to deal with 2 or 3 or 4 different suppliers.
Yep. So some of it is seasonal.
Yep.
So I can't at the moment. I can't get my hands on red habaneros, which is a little bit of a pain, but it is what it is. But he grows most of the stuff there, and if he doesn't, Carnarvon's like down here, man. It's everyone knows everybody. So if he doesn't have it, he can shoot his mate down the road a message and say, "Hey mate, have you got
any of these chilies?
Have you got some extra jalapenos? I need them for whoever." So it's pretty handy, and he loves it too. Like, I give him a few bottles of sauce here and there, and he loves it. Takes it back up to Carnarvon when he goes, and No, I don't know. It's just cool, eh? And
It's super cool having that, I think, like, community of small business as well.
yeah.
You know?
And imagine, like, for him, like, he grows these chilies, drops them off at my house, and then picks it up like this.
Yeah.
Like,
How fucking
you know
cool.
what I mean? It's pretty cool.
And the fact that it's done in Busselton by someone that you know, like,
Yeah.
we were speaking earlier before, kind of I guess the word for it is it's networking, you know, but it's kind of the conversations that you end up having that open the doors that you never thought were possible, just by connecting with other people that are doing that thing of like, I want to try and get good at this, I want to try and make a business out of this.
Yeah.
You know, and all of a sudden you're talking to person, you know, XYZ who owns XYZ business, and you're like, what the fuck's going on, you know? And this happens because I make t-shirts, or this happens because I make hot sauce.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's so cool.
It's networking, but it's really, you're just having chats to people, eh? Like,
Yeah, drinking coffee.
Yeah, you don't need I don't know, it just sort of happens naturally, eh? And if you can talk to people and you're a nice person, I don't know, I just think...
Oh, dude, heaven forbid
doors
gab,
open.
you know?
Yeah. I'm probably not as good at talking as you are, but...
Oh, man, I have some fucking conversations. So it's crazy. It is crazy. So you've been making a bit more of a move into... would you call it the retail space, like having places actually stock your hot sauces?
Yeah.
So where can people find you at the moment in physical stores?
Or I'll probably leave a few out if I rattled them off, but my first ever retailer was Barbecues Galore in Busso.
Oh yeah.
So I've got to give them a shout out because they
OGs?
didn't hesitate. They were just like, yeah, we'll give it a crack. So they've been buying off me for a good year and a half, maybe 2 years now.
Yep.
The Cheeky Butcher in Busso, that's my biggest account. He sells ridiculous amounts of sauce.
Yep.
But then just spots all over the shop really. I'm probably in 7 or 8 shops in Busselton now. A couple in Dunsborough, that's it. That's all I got.
Yep.
Few bottle shops in Perth. Main Liquor, probably the biggest one. They moved a ton. Nowhere in Bunbury yet, so hopefully we can
Wink, wink.
we can tee something up there.
Yeah.
Because it's just down the road. Just got my first Bunbury client, Capel client the other day.
Right.
Just at the butcher in there. So butchers, bottle shops, and I'm starting with IGAs now as well. That's sort of what I'm going
yeah,
for.
of course. IJ, yeah, that's the spot for it. So what's where is your demographic? Is it mostly like Southwest that fuck with you, or how far does it go?
It's Southwest, but honestly, I ship everywhere, eh?
Yeah.
Like, I've got a good little following in Melbourne. I don't really know why or how.
Yeah.
And then there's 3 or 4 customers in New South Wales that always top up. But
It'd be like one person accidentally finds you, and then their friends.
Yeah.
Something happens, and then that branches, and all you need is like that to happen 3 times, and you have a community.
Yeah.
In wherever it is.
Chili's got a bit of a cult following, man. So it's like. You're not the big chili guy, but I am, and I know my mates that are. Like, if I try something new, I'll be like, Jacko, try this sauce out.
Yeah, for sure.
And you try it, and you're like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, the amount of people I get message me and say, oh, my mate gave me one of these sauces to try.
And now I'm getting...
Yeah. And it just keeps going. Like, it's honestly like a cult, which is good for me. Like, obviously, there's a lot of people that don't like the chili, but the people that do...
Really do.
They really do.
How interesting.
Yeah.
It's kind of like in the Harley scene. It's like when someone gets decent suspension and they go, I run this suspension, then it turns into them spending the money. And this is like a $12. How much are these bottles worth?
These ones are $18.50, but yeah.
Oh, with the truffle, right?
With the truffle.
$18.50 at a time. Who wouldn't try it?
Yeah. And there's other truffle sauces on the market that are like $35, $40.
Yeah.
So this is a good price point, but this is a limited one. I don't do this all the time, but the other sauce, pretty much looking at $12.50 a bottle. Yeah. And like that's nothing really.
That's super reasonable considering it's a real local small business. You made it.
And I'm doing everything by hand. Like, not mucking around. Like, I'm not. It's all me. It's all after hours.
Bloody love the artwork for this as well. I was just mentioned your artwork on a special sauce you got for a shop up in Perth, but you were saying all of your artwork is different for each sauce.
Pretty much, yeah. I reuse 2 images at the moment, but that's it. So the barbie, take them off, man, if you want to give your hands a little wipe.
I don't know whether I've got a runny nose from the chili being in the air? Like I'm that much of a soft cock, or what's going on?
Yeah, we'll call it the chili.
Yeah. It was definitely the chili now I think of it.
What were we saying?
Good question. I left off in small business in my mind. It was after. Oh, the artwork on your bottles.
Artwork, yeah. So one of my mates who lives in Kawarama, he would say he's not an artist, but he is. It's not his job. He just plays around on the iPad. So from the beginning, even when I had just the one sauce and it was using like recycled jars, I wanted a sticker on it, just so you knew what it was.
Of course. And
like I didn't have any of this nutrition or ingredients on it. It was just that Jibba's logo that you see.
Yeah.
So from the get-go, I'm a cowboy. I just sort of added stuff as I went, and even though I wasn't legit, I still got a nutrition panel sorted out and put that on there. Even though I didn't really need to at the beginning, I just kept making these steps. And now when I get an idea, I just message Mitch. I'm like, hey mate, and I sort of send him a photo for reference. Like I send him a picture of a truffle, and all of the faces are like Hanyamas, just like Japanese. I've got probably 6 of them on my body. So I just say, there you go, here's a truffle, have a bit of fun with that.
Let me know what you come up with and then work from there.
And then he comes back to me and it's like exactly what I want. Like that's just sick.
It's fucking cool, hey.
And he's cut it in half so you can see what the truffle actually looks like inside. Like, it's,
That's so cool. I just love how, like, obviously we still have to do the heat shrinking around the top of the bottle. Like, it's just, as I said before, like the presentation of the product is crazy. So it's so cool that like how small the business is, but how much quality you've like figured out already.
No, it gives every bottle a bit of personality as well, man. Like my smoked jalapeno's got a little jalapeno smoking a pipe on the front.
Yeah,
like
gangster.
It doesn't really make sense because that's not how I smoke the jalapenos. But like, I don't know, you see it on the shelf and it's sort of, it stands out, if you know what I mean. Like a lot of, obviously other hot sauces, they sell shitloads as well, but like if you put this next to just a plain bottle, you're probably going to grab this one, and that's the idea of it, so it stands out on the shelf.
Well, I feel like everyone buys products for different reasons, and obviously they buy different products for different reasons, and sometimes like the person buys your thing because they're like, oh no, I love that taste, I'm buying for the taste. But if it's like I'm buying this as a Christmas present for someone who likes hot sauce, I get the one that looks the sexiest in the basket. Yeah, definitely. You don't get the one that maybe has isn't the cheapest or whatever. You go, no, I want the one that looks the best. And then for that customer, of course, the artwork goes that extra mile. Hey. Yeah, and I can't stand there at every shop and sell my product to every single person that walks past as well, you know what I mean? So like, the bottle has to do something. Yeah, bloody oath. If it's at a market or, someone finds it on Instagram and they shoot me a message, it's easy to have a chat to them, but that's not the case with every sale. Like some people, if you've got a hot sauce selection, like some of the places that I sell to, there's 30, 40 different hot sauces on there. So you gotta have a bit of flavour. Otherwise, you're just going to sit on the shelf forever, which is not really... Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal, no. You don't want bottles with dust on them, hey? No, definitely not. So surely somewhere in the long-term goal, you've got it on your vision board to be on bloody number 9 position on Hot Ones though, right? Definitely. That'd be fucking cool as. Move aside the bomb, hey? Yeah, Hot Ones has definitely been a goal from the beginning. Yeah. It's pretty far-fetched though. Like, there's only, I think, 10 sauces every season. Yeah. There's 2 Australian sauces on at the moment, and there's so many hot sauce makers that want to do the same thing. So I don't really know how you get to that point, but... Yeah, dude, I want to do a podcast with Gary V one day. I don't really fucking care how we get there, Yeah, that's it. And man, you can check my DMs. I've DM'd him so many fucking times. But I think part of like doing something like this is like, if there's anyone who has permission to have an outlandish goal, it's you. Yeah, definitely. Because you're in the middle of doing something. It's like, fuck yeah. And like, obviously as someone who doesn't, fuck with hot sauces as a regular thing, I know about Hot Ones. Yep. So it's like, it is such a cool... A lot of the sauces on Hot Ones are fucking shit. They're just on there for the heat. Yeah. But it's definitely good for people that are making sauce. Like, it's... Most people you talk to have seen Hot Ones. Yeah. Or if they haven't,
like I tell people to go back straight away and watch like the Gordon Ramsay one. It's just funny, man. Like everybody says that they either do or don't like chili, but everybody has a different tolerance, so it's just funny, eh?
Yeah, dude. And like the ones where they say you'll see like an outcut, and it'll be like, you know, Theo Von talks to God while he's on chili.
Yeah.
And it's like there's something so strangely relatable where you're like, that's what's going on.
Yeah,
like,
man. And like when you're hurting. Like you can scull all the milk you want. I really don't think it helps. You just got to ride the wave
man.
and fucking.
I think like we were talking before about me doing that the hot wings at Last Slice.
Yep.
And I was saying, you know, I kind of got to a point where you just have to go with it.
Yeah.
Because if you go against it, it's just going to hurt you even more. You know.
Yeah, that's my theory as well. It's not going to hurt any more on the last bite than it does on the first bite.
Yeah.
So you just go. Like,
once you're there, you may as well stay there. Hey.
Yeah.
So how often are you caught out? I mean, you know, we won't beat around the bush. Obviously, most people, as I said, get destroyed at both ends with these sorts of products. How often do you get caught out with your stomach not agreeing with something that you're trying?
To be honest, not often at all, eh? I don't know what it is that actually hurts your guts, but I really don't think my sauces do, eh?
Right.
A couple of them do. I think it's a lot to do with I strain out all the seeds and the membrane and that once the sauce is cooked.
Yep.
Like for me, I've been in the Hurt Locker a few times. Like there's a pub down the road in Dunsborough called Ocky's, and they did a chili burger. And you order it from 1 to 10 how hot you want it.
Yeah.
But it's just loaded with fresh chilies, so that fucks my guts up.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know, the cooked out chili in sauce form doesn't cook my guts, eh?
You just kind of pulled the flavour out of the seeds and the chili itself.
Yeah, but I really don't know what it is, eh? Because yeah, it doesn't ruin my ass.
Yeah, dude. I just, and that's the thing. Like you have one of those instances, and you're like, oh wow, that was pretty crazy. And it happens 2 times. You're like, oh, I don't eat chilies now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not putting myself through this unnecessary pain. You know.
There's a Aussie mob called the Chili Seed Bank that are over on the East Coast, and they do hot like Doritos, like corn chips.
Oh yeah, and there's like 4 in a packet or something.
Yeah, so there's a few on the market. This is just like a 50-gram packet, and they're called the world's hottest corn chips.
Right.
So me being a hero, tried to get the world record for fastest time to eat them.
No.
And
that's not even a good sounding thing when you say that.
Nah, and that hurt my ass definitely.
That's terrible.
And that had me like, I don't know.
Was the world record eating them, or the time between eating them and shitting your pants?
Well, I probably got the world record for the shitting your pants part, but
yeah.
Nah, it's I don't know. I did it twice. So the first time I did it, I tied the world record.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that was easy. Second time I tried, because I wanted to beat it, I was way worse because I was too cocky.
Yeah.
And my guts, like, I will not try it a third time now after that.
So, okay, so it's a 50-gram bag of chips, right? So how many chips are we talking? Like maybe a dozen?
Yeah, probably 12, 15 chips.
And it's such a physical thing that, like, what time are we talking it takes to eat it?
Well, you can't drink. That's the thing. So you have to just get them down, and they're quite a dry chip as well.
Yeah.
So that's half the battle, really.
You're being attacked on a couple of different angles. It's dry.
It's dry.
It's chip and it's hot as fuck.
And it's hot. So I think they're like 1.7 million Scoville.
Okay.
And like a Carolina Reaper is 2.2.
What would it compare to, like something like this?
This is not even on the spectrum, eh? I couldn't even tell you what this would be. This would maybe be like 10,000.
Okay.
So yeah, it
really is a fraction of.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a serious number. The chip though.
Yeah, definitely. It's fucking mad because, like, I have a Carolina Reaper sauce, so they're 2.2 million.
Yeah.
But as soon as you start chucking in sauce and you're adding in onions or pineapple or whatever, I reckon even using the 2.2 million Scoville chilies, that sauce would struggle to be at the 100,000 mark.
Oh wow!
Just it dilutes so much once it's not in its purest form.
Yep.
But I do want to send that to the lab next year for sure, just to
see where you sit, get a number to work with.
Basically because of hot ones, because so many people.
Oh, that's their point of reference.
Yeah, that's the point of reference.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I'd be like, this would sit number 4, like, because most people are like, oh, how hot's this compared to that? And I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah. You'd have to fucking try them and tell me.
Yeah, so I'm pretty keen to... I'm not going to bother doing it with every sauce because there's no point, but for the Reaper, I'll get that sorted definitely and probably put it on the bottle. Just purely so they know where it sits, and if they've got people over for dinner and they want to do their own sort of hot one set up and have 8 of my sauces, they can sort of put them in order and go, oh, you know.
It sounds like there's actually an opening there for you. Imagine if you got some local superstars, said, hey, let's sit down, organise some wings, try all of my sauces in a row, ask them some fucking crazy questions.
Hey, we're onto something, hey?
Well, dude, you know that was the, when I was telling, like, I was talking to Corey the other day about this, and he goes, well, it's kind of given that you're going to have to eat some hot sauce on cameras. Fucking nothing's given like that, nothing at all. But, yeah, I mean, it would almost make sense. If you had 8 wings set up for me, I wouldn't have hesitated in doing it, put it that way. I'm about the content.
Yeah. No, there is a one of the pubs in town's doing a hot wing competition. In 3-4 weeks.
Okay.
And I think they're going to use a couple of my sauces, but it won't be like an interview sort of setup. I think they'll just have.
Yeah, it's just eating them, eh?
I think they'll just have 10 people up the front, and starts at whatever and ends at who knows what they can get their hands on.
I wonder, because the whole I'm not sure. Is there much of a scene in the southwest for eating competitions in general?
I wouldn't have thought, nah. Maybe there's a few festivals and stuff, maybe where you're getting a crowd, like whether it be even like a beer fest. I reckon a hot wing competition and something like that would go nuts. But not really.
Interesting. I wonder if there's like an opening there for like a market setup almost, where you go like, come and try this hot sauce.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit different from a competitive sort of thing, but I don't know, man. I just love fucking around with ideas. As I say.
No, I reckon you're definitely onto something there, eh? I reckon it'd be pretty cool to do like a ticketed night down the line, even maybe at my workplace if they do it.
Yeah, of course. You've got that. That's a really cool resource for you, hey?
And if you book like a table of 6 and you and your mates come, whack a bowl down. All right, this is the least hot, and then by the end of the night, you can tap out up.
You've got to give them a reserved stall as well.
Yeah.
Because at least half of those blokes are going to be rattled by the time they leave.
Yeah, definitely. But no, I did a similar sort of thing at Rocky Ridge during the year. Did a 7-course dinner, and I wouldn't say every course got hotter.
Yeah.
But I used a hotter chili in every course, and then the last 2 courses were like, there was some milk getting drunk. Yeah,
fucking oath. And I think it's not that it even necessarily has to get hotter. I think even with hot ones, it's the accumulation of eating so many different types of hotness.
Yeah.
Where you just get to a point where you'd almost get like fatigued and like having to deal with it mentally,
Yeah, man. I've tried the hot ones, like the hot sauces on hot ones, and they're fucking hot, man. That Da Bomb is dog shit. I think the biggest thing with that sauce is just the taste, not the heat.
Right.
For me, because that's not even super hot, but if you watch that show, that's the one that gets everyone. It's because it's just straight fucking extract and it tastes like shit, man. It's like battery acid.
Right.
So it's not the hottest, but it's definitely the hardest to get down.
Yeah, that's such an interesting thing that it even exists. But I mean, of course it does. It's someone has to make the shit that is just hot. It's not flavoursome, it's just hot.
Yeah, I'm not about that life, eh? I'm definitely flavour. Flavour first.
Bloody oath.
With a nice little bit of heat. Otherwise, it's no fun. And also, you want people to finish the bottle and reorder, man.
Yeah. You want repeat customers, that's right.
So, I sell bugger all of my super hot ones, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like when I set up at the market, most of the people that are buying that are buying it for someone else just because they want to put someone in their place or whatever. But my business is definitely like the medium range because you can burn through a bottle in a week, no worries. And then
yeah, well, that's what I was saying before. You've got a really cool product, and that obviously the quality's there. It's local, and it's something that like if you're into sauce, I could if I was a sauce dude, like I could be spending $100 a month with you effortlessly.
Yeah, man. It's yeah, you're exactly right. Like they're not conflicting flavors. People ask me all the time, what can you put this on? I'm not lying when I say anything. Maybe the truffle not so much because it's such a unique flavor.
Yeah.
But all the other sauces, man. Like most people, will have tacos once a week or once a fortnight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
easy.
If you've got if you're in a share house and there's 4 of you and you have a taco night, you can almost fucking delete a bottle then and there.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
And even like so many households, like say growing up, your dad fucking loves hot sauce and you don't love it.
Yeah.
You don't have to put it in the meal. You can just put a bit
on the side. And
just put a bit on top and happy days. You don't have to ruin it for everyone else in the house.
Yeah. What's your coming into Christmas or even Black Friday? Is this week? Are you doing anything special for those two?
No.
No.
I'm doing Christmas bundles.
Yeah.
I've got 3 online. I've got one which is just my 4 most popular sauces and a bag of jerky.
Yep.
And then I've got a couple smaller packs just for like your secret Santas at your workplace, like $25.
Right.
You get a sauce and a jerky and a stubby holder for $25, which is, you know.
That's very good quality. That's crazy.
You get so many shit fucking little Christmas presents. Like, I don't know, I'd be stoked if I got something that I'm actually going to use, not, you know, socks and jocks. It's the easy one to throw on the bus.
From someone one year for Christmas. I'm like, why the fuck did you waste your $6? Yeah. What do you give me bubbles for? Yeah. I'm a fucking adult, you know?
So yeah, I'm doing that. I'm not doing anything for Black Friday.
Yeah.
But in saying that, I did say I wasn't going to do this sauce again until next year, and this is black truffle. So.
Oh, black truffle, Black Friday. You almost have
Black
to.
ink.
Yeah.
Maybe I might have to release this on Black Friday, but they're not getting it at a discount. No way.
Nah, fuck it. You know what? Put a tax on it just because.
Yeah, I might bump it up a few bucks.
This is definitely your premium product, though, given that it has got truffles in it. Hey.
Yeah, this is something that I just thought I'd try because I have seen them on the market.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm using chilies from WA. Manjimup's an hour down the road, so thought why not?
Yeah.
Messaged a guy that I know in Manji, and his mate has a truffle farm, so teed that up and thought, fuck it, why not? And then I've never sold a sauce as fast as I sold this one when I released it. I don't know, it's probably getting closer to 2 months now, but 2 days I sold out of the whole batch.
Yeah.
So hopefully coming into Chrissy I can sell this. Probably not as fast, but I dare say this will sell in a week along with everything else.
So on average, how many bottles are you filling every week?
Filling? At the moment I'm filling probably around the 400 mark.
Right.
This is a half batch. This is 80, 90 bottles.
Yep.
But yesterday I did 140. Tomorrow I'm doing 160.
Yep.
But I'm just sort of ramping up now because as work picks up over summer now, I'm not going to have the time to...
Yeah, so you kind of want to like stock up.
I want to stock up, and obviously being Chrissy, I'm getting busy on the website as well, but all my like retail, wholesale customers, they're loading up their shelves now as well. So I've got orders coming in left, right and centre. So
your demand's kind of like, it's kind of sounds like you've got your demand is increasing, your output is increasing so that you can like have a good few months coming up, but you can also, by the sounds of it, sell out of everything in the next 7 days and it wouldn't be weird either.
Oh, definitely not. No, it's I'm just sort of riding the wave as it comes. Like up until 2 months ago, I was just doing a single batch, which is what we're doing now. But now it's double batch of everything just to stay on top, man, because I hate running out of stuff. I guess that's the chef in me. Like, if you're doing a service and, you know, you run out of a few things on the menu, it's just fucking annoying. Yeah,
I think also, like as much as like a loyal customer go, oh, he's out of this, I'll come back next week.
Yeah.
There is still a percentage of those people that never come back, you know?
Yeah, so I have a few different bundles on my website as well. So if I sell out of one thing, it's just a pain in the ass. It's not like I can just go on and say, sold out of Manji truffle.
Yeah.
I've got to mark out the pack that comes with all the sauces. Yeah. It's just annoying. So I just make sure that I'm on top of it. And I've had to get rid of a couple of products now just so I can stay on top of the sauce.
Yep.
Because it's the easiest for me to do in big quantities.
Yep.
And also they sell better than the jams, really.
Bloody oath. Even with that said though, the jam that I got from you, I went through that so quickly.
Yeah.
It was like one of those things, every time I use it, I would put a bit more jam and a bit more jam and a bit more jam on. And then you're like, by the end of it, you're putting teaspoon scoops on a toast, you know? Yeah,
we put them in our chicken sangers all day, every day, eh?
Oh, dude, they're nuts.
I'll still do them every now and then because all my OG followers that have been buying off me for 2 years.
Yeah,
They love it.
So
So
froth them.
they'll never go. And plus I use all the pulp that I strain out. So
Yeah, that was cool. So just before we started recording, you actually, so you were cooking up on your big silver pot over here.
Yep.
That then all got strained into another container, and you
Yep.
were saying all of that, it's just basically like the skin of the chilies, the seed.
Yep.
The membranes you were saying, is that?
Yeah, just, well, whatever doesn't get blended. So the blender's good quality, what I'm using, but it's not going to puree everything.
Right.
So, yeah, it's mainly just so the seeds aren't in there. Settle down.
I'm new at this, eh?
Yeah, I've got you covered, I think. Yeah, it's just the seeds, a bit of the skin that doesn't get blended, and I just chuck all that in the freezer until I need it, or dehydrate it, which I've been doing a bit now.
I'm embarrassingly bad.
You just go like that.
Yeah, twist it open.
And
Yeah,
then-
right. Just don't watch me, eh?
This is a power move, eh?
Yeah, dude, you're
I was
flexing
like-
so hard on me right now.
But
But yeah, so all that strain, like all those goodies are kind of saved for another product again.
yeah, exactly. So I don't really like chucking it in the bin because chilies are pretty expensive, man.
Yeah.
I do chuck a little bit in the bin here and there, depending on how much I've got, but I try and make stuff with it. Like I make jams and oils even that I just use at home and don't sell.
Right. Well, also, like, given that we said before, like you've still got so much flavour left in what's left over. It's
Yeah,
kind
exactly, yeah.
It's like, fucking oath, what can we make? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. There's a few other chili guys that make salts and rubs and stuff. I assume with what would normally go in the bin as well, because it's not just me. Like most people, I guess, would strain out the seeds because
Yeah.
it doesn't really add anything to the sauce if you leave them in. It's just changes the flavour completely.
And also a bit more, it'll be a different texture again. This is really like a puree sauce
Yeah.
compared to like if you're leaving all that in, it's more of like I mean, what do you even call that when you've got that much like almost chewiness to it, eh?
Yeah, I don't know. It's so smooth. I would never change it. And once you start putting the seeds and stuff in, you got to adjust it with either more vinegar or water or whatever. But
Right.
my sauces are quite thick as is, so I can't. I just leave them out.
Is there any other, like, obviously chili is its kind of its own thing in food. Is there any other flavours or any other product that you would consider like kind of specialising in the future, or you reckon chili's kind of your game?
Nah, I'm just sticking to chilies, man. Eh?
Right.
Yeah. There's so many different avenues you can go down.
Yeah.
Obviously, hot sauce is the main focus, and
Yeah.
will stay the main focus. But depending on how much time I have moving forward as the business grows, you know, I'm going to start doing salts over summer.
Yep.
Again, with all the pulp. Bring back the jams. You know, I want to bring a Thai chili jam to the market, which
Oh yeah, that'd be fun.
I've got the recipe sorted. It's hard to scale, like doing lots and lots. Like I don't know. It's easy to do a small batch, but I don't want to muck around and make 20 jars because it's a waste of time. Whereas, you know, in a few hours I can do 100 bottles of sauce.
Right.
It's got to be worthwhile because I'm not wasting, but today's my day off.
Oh no, you're spending time.
Yeah,
This is your life energy, you know?
Yeah, today's my day off, so it's got to be worthwhile. I don't want to waste the whole day to have $200 worth of product. It's not really worth it
Bloody oath.
with all the work that goes in after hours.
So obviously Hot Ones is a bit of a goal for you, like a outlandish, like cool goal. Is there anything else that you'd be like, fuck yeah, I wouldn't mind if I did achieve this in the next, like, you know, 1, 2, 5 years sort of thing?
Not really, man. No, it's more sales for me. Like I just have little goals that I want to hit.
Yeah.
But just the collaboration side of things. That's where I want to be. Like making sauces for other businesses, getting on menus.
Yeah.
Doing pop-up events where, like, you know, you said last before.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe next year I go down there and we do
Do a thing, yeah.
do a thing, and it's like a Jibba's night, and you got 3 different types of wings or
Yeah.
whatever. Like just little things like that.
I think that's the fucking exciting part.
Yeah.
Like when you get to, like we were talking about this thing I'm doing at the moment with Biggie Burger and Julie's and that.
Yeah.
It's just cool talking to other people who are doing this thing where it's like we're spending our spare time trying to build this business, trying to build an idea, trying to create a cool product for people. And it's like usually when you're having those conversations with people, they're keen as fuck to do something as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it's like, yeah, I know what you're going through. You know,
Yeah.
I know the fucking the process.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with like that. That's probably the funnest part I'm finding as well at the moment is the collaboration sort of stuff.
Yeah, even what we're doing now. Like the majority of my followers have no idea who the fuck you are.
Yeah. And the
and
other
vice
way around.
versa.
Yeah.
So it's cool, man. Like, I don't know, 1,000 people might watch this or listen to it
Yeah.
that wouldn't have before. And same deal, like, if I go to a pub in Bunbury or even Busso and there's just some people there by chance, they're like, oh, who's Jibba?
Dude.
And they buy a bottle of sauce and all of a sudden that's a story that they take home back to Perth and they're like,
It's fucking...
next time they come down, they want to buy some sauce again.
The conversations, well, it's funny, we were talking about this earlier, how you go to like a festival or something going on in Busselton, and the amount of times you stop and have that conversation with someone who feel like they know you intimately almost.
Yeah, it's weird.
And you're like, dude, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
What's your name? You know, when was the last time you ordered? What's your
Yeah.
Instagram handle is my thing. You usually identify
Yeah.
with the Instagram handle. But I'm now having these conversations with people that, hey, I know you because I watched this podcast that you did with such and such,
Yeah.
and I've known them for years,
Yeah, man.
and got onto your stuff, and then they're having that conversation with other people saying, hey, I watched you because you were on Jake's podcast.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, this is like,
It's weird, eh?
it's like cross-pollination of communities.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, the cool thing is like, cocky as it sounds, you're kind of like, oh, if I want to, you know, if I need my shoes fixed, if I want my nails done, if I want my hair done, you've got someone who knows someone who wants to help you out, you
Yeah,
know?
exactly,
It's
yeah.
like, fuck yeah, shoes fixed was a weird example, but...
Yeah, I've never had any shoes fixed, but
Yeah, no, fucking...
but no, it is funny, man. I had, because we're in a new house now, we had some troubles with the garage door, going a bit off track now, but had to get the guy down from Bunbury.
Yeah.
They only come down once a week to Busselton to fix the door.
Yeah.
And that morning, he was in Dunsborough, went to Burgertron, got Burgertron for lunch, saw my sauce on the shelf and was just like looking at it, didn't buy any,
Yeah.
and then pulled up, sees the Jibba's number plates,
Nice.
sees the office, and I gave him a bottle, and he's like, this is so fucking weird because he's just looking at it on a shop in a burger shop.
Yeah, and now...
In Dunsborough, he works in Bunbury, and now he's reordered 3 times on the website just
Gangster.
from me giving him a couple bottles when he was here. Like,
Dude, he fixed your garage door for free, you know?
no,
Right?
it was warranty. It was warranty.
Oh, even better.
Yeah, so I didn't have to give him anything, but you know, a couple bottles of sauce here and there. You never know what doors it opens up or.
Oh, dude, that whole... it's funny because I give a lot of stuff away just to... Most of the time it's people who, you know, like influencers, micro-influencers, where
Yeah.
it's like they've got 1,000 solid followers, so you're like, yeah, have a t-shirt, have a this, have a that.
Yeah.
Post it once or twice and it's worth it to me.
Yep.
But I find like, especially like probably my biggest asset is giving away stickers.
Yep.
Having a sticker printer is like having a fucking money printing machine, you know?
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
like if you can print 1,000 stickers and give 1,000 stickers away for free,
I agree.
it's
definitely.
1,000 free points of marketing. It's crazy.
Yep. I got mates that live in the city, or not live in the city, but live in Perth and work in the city.
Yeah.
And I don't have that many stickers out there in the wild, but every now and then I get sent a Snapchat and just some random fucking car will have a Jibba sticker
Yeah.
on the back.
How
in
good
Perth
is
and
it?
I know, you see it and you know, yeah, it's funny, yeah. I don't know.
Sometimes I find like, and like Black Ink has been around for like 8-9 years now, so it's not like it's the Black Ink thing is new, but I still feel like the feeling of seeing people taking your brand serious is new.
Yep.
And like I see people with Black Ink banners. Obviously, I make banners for their windscreens.
Yeah, I've seen a few in Busso.
Bro, they're driving
Yeah.
like $60,000-$70,000 cars with your name on the front of it, and you're
Yeah.
like, what's going on
Yeah.
here? You know?
I won't even put a Jibba sticker on my car yet, but I'll get some business stuff on there eventually.
Dude, yeah. I know the feel. Don't worry. I mean, I've got the Black Ink number plates, and I've got a vinyl cutter and printer. So if anyone should have a sign written car,
Yeah.
it's this guy.
Yeah.
But man, I still can't get over that hump of being the Black Ink guy in my car as well. I guess you know.
I've got same thing. I've got the Jibba's plates, but that's as far as it goes at the moment.
Yeah. Ah well. So what's what can we look forward to in 2023? Have you got anything kind of in the
Anything
bank that
brewing?
you're excited about?
Not really, eh?
No.
I wish I had an answer for you, but
No, I think the cool part is it sounds like well, as you've said, you do a lot kind of by ear and in the moment.
yeah, like I bring out. It gets stale doing the same thing over and over. That's why it's, you know, a sauce like this that I've done. This is the second batch that I've done.
Yeah.
keeps it interesting. So there'll always be new sources coming out. So next year, like we talked earlier off camera about maybe a subscription model.
Yep.
So maybe try and tee something like that up where, whether it be monthly or every second month, there's a new product which is only in the subscription, so you're getting a limited run.
Yep.
Unless it's a hit and it comes to the market, but just new products, man, and new customers, really.
Yep.
I've got I'm dabbling in the market game this year, so I did my first market down in Dunsborough. Not the weekend, just gone, the one before.
Yep.
And I'm doing another, what's on the fridge? Another 6 markets between now and May.
Right.
I've got 4 markets in Busselton in January. So just that face-to-face interaction.
Markets are a hard thing, man. Like, we're both in the game of basically being e-commerce brands.
Yeah.
So it's hard to justify that setup, drive there, deal
Yeah.
with the public, do all the bullshit, sell one bottle instead of 20 at a time, whatever
Yeah.
it is. But there's just something different to that physical interaction. It's like when it's happening, you're like, oh, this is all worth it, you know?
Yeah, so, yeah, no, I definitely agree. But, yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Just try and take the business to the next level.
Yep.
Hit my targets for this financial year and go from there, man.
And still just going to run solo for as long as possible.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I think the batches that I'm doing now is very manageable. If I do have to start taking it from 200 bottles to 400 bottles, I might just get someone in to help me out for a couple of hours with the bottling thing. Like even you putting the lids on, then
Yeah.
it
took a
might
bit
not
of
feel.
time
It
off.
might feel like it was only 5 minutes for you, but for me, it's
Yeah,
that's
step of
another
the
step.
batching, yeah.
So now it's just little things like that.
Having access to a couple kitchen hands would be handy as well.
Yeah, I've got access to a couple.
Because hey boys, you want to make $50?
Yeah,
Come
no.
to my place.
I just pay in sauce, mate. No cash
Oh
getting
yeah,
flung around
of course,
here.
of course. So, if people want to find you online, where can they do that?
I'm pretty active on Instagram, a bit like yourself.
Yeah.
Probably sit on my phone a lot more than I have to, but
Hell yeah, that's living.
that's where the business started. So I've got to do it. If I'm not posting, I'm not selling. Like
Yeah.
that. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, 100%.
So Instagram at Jibba's Hot Sauce, and then all the links are on there for the website. So jibbashotsauce.com.au.
Yep.
And then Facebook. I have Facebook, but I don't really like Facebook.
Yeah, I'm
I
much
have
the
it.
same, man.
I have it, but I don't think it's anywhere near as effective as Instagram.
It's funny because like from like all the, I get all my information pretty much from like Gary Vee sort of YouTube videos, and everyone's saying like Instagram's on the decline. Like I don't know about you, but as far as like the southwest corner, I don't feel it.
No, I don't either.
I'm getting only better and better results.
Yeah, no. It might be. I don't use TikTok or like I have Facebook and I have Instagram, and Instagram, I get that interaction on there. Definitely, it's not declining for me personally, but.
Yeah, fucking oath. My main fear is, and this is kind of the reason to go into the market scene, is like, what if Instagram gets taken away?
Yeah.
That's one thing I think about all the time.
Yeah. I'm a bit like that, but yeah, what if Elon Musk buys it and just deletes it?
Just fucks it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, you know what we did figure out? You figured out the hot sauce, I figured out whatever black ink is, and I feel like if that's the next problem I got to solve, so be it. Let's do it, you know?
I think I've got that good core now anyway, so if it did, I mean, it's so far-fetched to say it's going to shut down, but like, if it did, I wouldn't be too worried anyway. I've got that good core of wholesale customers and retail customers, so
you'd be right as rain.
I'll be fine.
Bloody-o. Anyway, thank you very much for involving me in this part of the process. It's cool to see how it's all done and get a runny nose and fucking watery eyes, but I loved it. But yeah, thanks again, and I'll we're going to make something cool and put it online, I reckon.
Yeah, sick.
Fucking
Thanks, man. Thanks for coming down.
Cheers.
And I'll give you one of those for the road as well.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Not too hot,
a
so
little sippy on the way home.
be careful.
Cool. Rightio, guys. Check him out on Instagram. Go to his website. Order some hot sauce. Give someone a cool Christmas present. And don't forget to like him, subscribe to all of my shit. Thanks for watching. We're fucking out. Yo!